So we're excited to be working with Omaze again to bring you the opportunity, the chance to win an Airstream Caravelle FB and Ram 1500 limited truck and to support a great cause, the Mutt Nation Foundation. All you got to do is go to omaze.com/OGBA to enter for your chance to win. Now, if I was to win this, the thing I love about those Airstreams is they have that vintage classic look to them, but they're all updated with the modern stuff. This Airstream 20 FB comes with all the modern perks. It's got a full-size memory foam mattress, premium kitchen appliances, a bathroom with modern built-ins, quiet stream climate control, and more. We're also hooking you up with the 2022 Ram 1500 limited edition to pull your Airstream and anything else you can think of. Founded by award-winning artist Miranda Lambert and her mom Bev Lambert in 2009, Mutt Nation Foundation is a donation-supported 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to facilitate the adoption of shelter pets, promote spaying and neutering, and educate the public about the benefits of these actions. Mutt Nation also works with transport partners to assist and relocate animals during natural disasters. So we're... I keep trying to do this, she keeps on doing this. What do you think, girl? What are you thinking? You want to say something about Mutt Nation Foundation? What you want to say? You want to add anything? Just go to omaze.com/OGBA and enter for your chance to win. What is it? I need to clean this thing up. It is so janky looking. The door is kind of loose. All the canvas that's on here has been ripped, especially on the side over here. So I need to go through and update this thing. And initially when I built this, it was only going to be for a 2-week test run to see if it actually worked. And then I was going to come back and make something out of like a composite material or maybe something a little different that was a little more durable, but it held up and it worked fine, and so I just kept jamming with it, and that was 5 years ago. so it definitely needs some TLC. And so I'm going to go through here. I want to sand everything down, make it look a little bit better, clean it up, redo the base structure in there, because the foundation of this, like the way it's all held together, all the screws are coming apart, and a lot of them have already come out, and so it's really, really janky. I want to reinstall the roof that I have on there. I've got a little piece of plexiglass that I put on there that's flexible. It goes up and down. And so I think today's project is just to clean up my truck, because I do want to go to Colorado soon. My dad's coming out to visit next month, and then after he leaves, I'm going to take off with Sierra, and we're going to go hang out in the high country and probably spend our fall there. So today what the plan is to take all this stuff out, redo it all, put it all back in, make it look better, make it function better, and then we'll be good to go with that. So let's get started. Siri, you gonna help me out today? Maybe my little helper, my little construction assistant? Oh, I know you're just such a happy girl. What are you doing over there? It's nice and windy out, that way the bugs aren't going to get to us. Okay, I want to show you how this was really janky looking. Over here, this was the area that was completely tore up, and that was tore up from, let's come around this way, I'll show you. I took off the struts for the window here when the back gate comes open, so the struts would come out here, but they were getting in the way of this thing, and I need to grind those off. So I get my little grinder here, and they were catching, this one was catching on the exterior here and just making it all tore up and real bad looking. I deployed this thing and I was like, man, I look ghetto in this thing. And so we're gonna do some more canvas on top here, because I do like the fact that you can waterproof the canvas. You can spray like some waterproofing sealing on it, and then it breathes. And so if you're in any situations to where it's raining out or you get a bunch of condensation inside the truck, which happens a lot when you're truck camping, that helps to eliminate that and make it to where the air kind of comes and goes and makes it all good. So we're gonna take off all the canvas. I forget, I think I've got Flex Seal underneath. Yeah, I do have Flex Seal. Maybe take all this off too and just replace it. I don't know if I have any Flex Seal though to replace it right now. So we may just do a canvas covering over this for now. Clean up the interior, put on the roof that would go into here. And so I need to put that back on, maybe make this a little bit more firm and just kind of clean it up, because as you can tell, I mean, it's looking, let's pull this off here. It's looking janky. Oh, that comes off pretty easy. Oh, that's pretty simple right there. Look at that. All right, project done for the day. I'm kidding. All right, let's get cranking on this. Pulling up all these tiles that I had down here. It was basically just a floor covering on this, and they're just vinyl, like faux wood looking things, but they're real heavy. And so with gas prices the way they are, one of the reasons I wanted to redo this too was to kind of see if I could lighten up any of the sections and decrease the weight. So we took those out, and then the way that I made this, I made it to where it could come apart in 3 pieces. So you saw the part that I just pulled out there. This part right here easily comes out. And so I'm gonna get this all cleaned up, take it out of here, and then sand this all down and just kind of get it nicer looking and stuff like that. And then pull this part out too. And then what this allows me to do is really get in here and deep clean everything and just check and make sure there's no mold growing underneath the platform or anything like that. And then I can just easily put it back in, slide it back in there. It's just 3 pieces and it comes in and out real quick. And just get this all squared away. And one of the things about living out here, a lot of times you don't have the tools that you need, or maybe you don't really have the supplies that would make your job easier, and so you just got to kind of make do with what you have. So I have this little thing here, this little door lock deal. Figured that'd be a good scraper to use on here. Just down on this. Be a good scraper to get this stuff kind of started, and then I can pull the rest of it off by hand. So it'd be nice if I actually had a legit scraper, but unfortunately I don't have one of those out here with me. So a lot of times you just got to make do with what you have, and you try to improvise with what you got. Kind of like channel your inner MacGyver, I guess. Take me on a walk, girl. Where are we going? All right, so I decided to take a nap. I went inside and kind of hung out for a little bit with Sierra and ended up falling asleep. So we're back out, and I decided to do something a little bit different with my truck because I wanted to kind of minimize the weight and also see if I could get a little bit more headroom going on in there. And so there was about an inch sub base that I had on there, and I had a little platform thing where I'd set the deal down, and I decided to go ahead and remove that. So we're gonna go back to the truck here in a second after we've gone a little walk, and I'll show you what I've done. So after thinking about this, what I had was a spacer in between here. This was like the floorboard, and then the sub base that I had on there, or I guess you want to call it like the base level. I don't know exactly what you would refer to that as. And I had these things in between it, and so they were just nailed in and it was in between here. So it basically created like about a 2-inch gap, and then I'd have this on top of it. Well, you know, the truck camper in here isn't exactly the most comfortable thing when you got your head like right up against the top here. So I'm going to create an additional like 1.5 inches for myself by eliminating that sub base. And then what I'll do is I'll just have this one right here in there, eliminate this, and then use these little planks right here to put on the underside of this. That way when I slide it out, it's an easy slide back in. It'll kind of be like on rollers and it'll be good to go. And so that's what I'm going to do for this, and then I'll just do the roof on it tomorrow. It's just simply, let's see what I do with it. I think it's over here. It's just simply this little plywood, or not plywood, plexiglass deal, and then I'm gonna wrap it with the vinyl that I have. So I've got vinyl. It's just, and I use just 3M like spray on, stick them, and it works pretty good. So we're gonna put this back in here and see how it looks. Nail those things on the underside and kind of see how it slides in and out. And what my goal is to eliminate a little bit of weight, just because with gas prices, if I can cut out like 100 pounds worth of stuff, we'll be good to go. And then also creating a little bit more headroom. I mean, inches, just even 1 inch in there is going to be a huge difference for me. So let's put it in and see how it works. This fit in here just fine. I'm going to recut these so that I can put them on the underside of this. Just have them on there as like a little sliding deck or whatever that can go into here, and then we'll be good to go. Pretty much be done. All I have to do is just put on the canvas on here tomorrow and we'll be set. But it's going to really lighten things up. I've been able to eliminate all this stuff. These were the rails that I had on the inside of it. This is a little spacer board that I had. Can eliminate that. Took out all this stuff. And these are super heavy right here. So pretty much just took out all the stuff that I didn't need, making it much more easier to work with. So it's going to be lightweight, going to be easy to go fast with, pack up fast, and just keep on rocking with it. Can't really talk today. All right, had to run to town and grab some more, or grab some 3M, some multi-purpose adhesive spray, because I didn't have any, so couldn't really put this on there if I didn't have it. So made a trip to town, and what this is right here, this is just a canvas drop cloth that you get for like painting. And what I do is I'm gonna wrap it around the backside here, and then have it just come around the front, and then we'll cut out the door and just glue it all on, and then come around this side, and then cut any excess off, and then put it over the top here as a layer over this thing, because we won't be able to cover all of it. It only goes to about here on both sides, so there'll be a gap in the center. I don't want to have that all covered. So this is like the last part of it. It's real simple to do, and what I like about the canvas, like I was saying before, is that it breathes, and so you don't get as much condensation on the inside the truck top, truck topper. And so basically I'm just going to screw it on down here and then wrap it around and spray the stuff on. I didn't really feel the need to take this stuff off. It doesn't matter if it's on there or not. This gives it a little bit of a little extra like gap in between just being straight up against the wood. But then once I've had this on here, then I can put on the Scotch Guard and waterproof it, and we'll be good to go. So this is a pretty simple process right here. And I kept all the screws that I took out yesterday. I think for the lower section here, I'm just going to use screws. There's no need to use that 3M spray. And nice thing about this is I can unscrew it if I wanted to, and then take it and wash it. And we can use the spray if we want to on the top here to attach it to the deal that comes up. But I want to make it to where there's a little bit of a gap in here, so that when I raise this up and attach it to the under part of the topper, that there's enough room there. So we kind of got it on there. What I want to do now is I want to come in, I want to cut out the door here. Maybe do a few more screws over here too on the door jamb, just so that I've got it really defined. Then I come in here with a knife and just cut this out, cut it this way, cut it over, and we're all set. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll use the 3M to put this, glue this all down. Just like so. Oops. Just like that. Pretty simple, pretty basic, and it's actually really cheap to do this. Alright, we're in good shape with that. Alright, pretty much done here. All I need to do now is just get a little bit of floor covering for this. And I've got one extra pad, like these things here. I may order like 3 more, the way I can cover that whole thing up. And I'll just simply lay them down. And that way I can give protection to the X-Pad sleeping pad that I have there on this, and there won't be any splinters that come inside. But you know, if you look at this, it's nothing special. It's just, you know, simple little slide out extension. Cost about 300 bucks to make total. This whole remodel has only cost me $5, or no, I'm sorry, $10. The canvas little drop cloth here was 10 bucks, but it's a painter's canvas. That's a little drop cloth thing, and everything works out well with it. And you know, I know that there's a lot of, here, let me put this down real quick. We can do a little real talk here. I know that there's a lot of a lot of people that want to have rigs that are just incredible and that look great and you know, they're real fancy and all that stuff. But what does it matter if it gets you there? You know, that's what I always tell people is like, you don't have to wait for the perfect rig to get out on the road. And I took just a normal Toyota 4x4 truck, and over the years I built it out to what I have here. Now, if you were to add up all the 4x4 stuff that I have and all the additional upgrades that I put on there and the options and stuff like that, you're probably looking at a total about $9,000, $10,000 of different materials or not materials, but different parts and upgrades that I put on here. This thing here total altogether only weighs about 40 pounds, this slide out extension, and then the two pieces that I have in there, probably another 15 pounds. And so you're looking at a total build out of, you know, what is that? 15, 45, 60 pounds total. And then with all my gear in there, probably maybe 100 pounds. That's pretty good considering, you know. So I can go anywhere I want in this thing. Obviously it helps having like the drop down tailgate and stuff like that from the swing out. But just, you know, I want to stress that you don't have to have the perfect rig to go out. You can do it on the cheap. You don't have to invest a ton of money into it. If you've got the money and you want to invest in it, that's great. But if you don't and you want to do it on the cheap, you can totally do it and it will still take you to all those awesome places. So here's what it looks like on the inside. Really fancy fastening system up here. It's called duct tape. Just use Gorilla Tape and put it up here. I'll probably figure out something else more to do that for now. I do have these pieces of Velcro that I put on here, and so I was thinking once I put another piece of canvas over here that links up with the back, I could sew in Velcro strips and just clip it on there, and the Velcro's underneath here as well. So, but for right now, I'm just using duct tape. And we'll probably go out camping tomorrow in this thing and making sure it's working just fine, but I know it will because this is what I had on before. And I just love the simplistic nature of it. Just having the canvas on here, it provides a nice bug protection and all those things, and I can waterproof it, but it also has the ability to breathe. And then having this little skylight window here, that's pretty cool. I've got my little GoPro mount here, so we can still kick it with the GoPro stuff. And I decided to keep all the stickers on the sides. I didn't want to take those off over the years of different stickers that I've put on. But I love this thing. I mean, it's simple, it's basic, it doesn't cost hardly anything to make, and I gotta secure the door out there. That was what that banging was. But it doesn't cost anything to make, really. I mean, 300 bucks is pretty much all the supplies that you need, and you're good to go. I've still got my little table here on the side, so if I want to make breakfast over here, I can. And then over on this side, I took the little table section out. But this simply just rolls out, the bed does, you know. I put the X-Ped sleeping pad out. I've got a nice 7.5 foot length now to sleep in, and I'm only 6 feet tall, so that gives me plenty of room to stretch out and have some pillows behind me and not have my feet right up to the edge. Sierra's gonna sleep right over here. I've just got like a pillow that I lay down for her with a little sheet over it, and she lays right there. I've got my little inverter right here, the 400 watt inverter that's built in with the Tacoma, and this thing's easy. I mean, it's just simple to make and it's simple to clean. I can take it out in 3 parts. I can easily, you know, take it out myself. I don't have to have anybody's help with it. But the only thing I need to do is figure out what I should do for this section here, because I've got some exposed insulation that's right there. And the reason why I had that was the last time that I was out, that we got a little bit of water in there, and so I wanted to have it dry out, so I took those panels off. I might put the panels back on, I might just leave them off and just pull that stuff out. Who knows? But, you know, I don't really care how cool it looks. All I want is to be functional, and that way I can just keep jamming, because with this little truck that I have, I can pretty much go anywhere I want. And that's the whole goal behind this build, is to not have it be the biggest and baddest looking thing on the planet. I actually want to kind of roll, you know, somewhat under the radar. And then when I tell people that I live in this thing, they're like, what? You know, if it's not all set up, they're like, you live in that thing? And I'm like, yeah, I actually lived in it for like 7.5 years. And so I'm looking forward to getting back out on the road. I'm really getting the itch. So we're going to pack up here probably tonight, and then we're going to roll out in the morning and go camp all weekend and get some cooler temps. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comment section below. I'll put the link to the slide out extension plans that I have. They're only $5. So for those of you that want to maybe purchase them and look into it, then make any alterations you want. I took out the subfloor, so if you do buy the plans, just understand that the subfloor that I put in there, just take that out and just put down pieces of plywood and you're good to go. And the reason why I'd recommend putting plywood down is that you can easily pull this up and then clean underneath, and your bed rug won't get just inundated with a bunch of sand and dust and all those things. It'll stay nice and clean. So, all right, thanks for watching.